What's happening, everybody? Of course, it's your host, Brink Young, coming straight out of them South Memphis slums, and you are tuning in to the most award-winning independent talk show in the whole South. I'm talking about none other than Brink TV. Now, they're not just your TV set, man. We got brand new faces kicking it with us on the icy white couch, and this one right here, we talking about my guy. He made the trek all the way from Minnesota. Hey, man, that's a long way. We talking about my guy, Young Jr. How you doing?
Yo, what's up, man? I'm all right, man. How about you?
Hey, man, I'm doing well. First and foremost, I got to say thank you for being a guest on the show. It really means a lot to
Yeah.
have you kicking it with us. We got plenty to talk about. But before we
Yeah.
get into you, man, you got to talk about who you brought with you, man. Introduce the team with you, man. Who you got?
Well, I'm probably let them introduce themselves. That's all right with you.
Believe that. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, man, you know what's going on, man. Martino G don't call me Nephew. You don't know me like that. You don't want to know me like that. You heard me?
Yeah, man, I'm True Rope, man. CEO, man. Broke days over.
Memphis producer Ronnie Cabana.
Hey, we talking about the whole team in the building right now. Hey, I got to say thank y'all for being a guest on the show. Like I say, we got plenty to talk about because this is Young JR first time on Brink TV, man. So let's go ahead and get into it. I did mention in your introduction, you came all the way from Minnesota, man. But where you from exactly?
Man, I'm originally born in Chicago.
Okay.
But mainly all the way raised in Memphis, for
Okay.
sure. So my culture come back here.
Hey, what's
That's
up?
what I identify with here.
No doubt, no doubt. Hey, shout out to everybody out there. We talking about Chicago land. Hey, man, it's going down out there, man. Especially my homies on the west side, K-Town and all that. Hey, y'all know what's happening. So let's talk about like growing up in Memphis. What was it like for you, homie?
Like growing up for me, man, was pretty tough. Poverty, man, just living life, trying to, make it to the next day.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a long journey, man, long story, man. What you like to know about it?
Hey, man, it's plenty to talk about because your story is a lot different from most artists that I come across because you actually a single father, right?
Yes, sir. Single father of 3.
Let's dive into that, man, because from what you told me off camera, I was like, damn. But let the people know.
Man, so basically, I'm a single father of 3. I got total 4 kids, but I got 3 kids with one woman who's now deceased. She died from drug overdose, so I pretty much got custody from them from the state to be able to have sole rights of them, and just got them with me and been taking care of them and grooming them and just being there for them, man, as much as possible, to trying to give them all the substance I have to give to them,
Yeah.
So it's been some ins and outs, some ups and downs, I think really I just been trying to show them how to cope with the loss of their mom. I really can't change how they feel and change what they may think, but I just try to teach them how to cope. So
Right.
it's an ongoing process for me.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
And of course, I got to say shout outs to you for that because you got so many absentee fathers out here, but for you to
Yeah.
step up to the plate, man, that just shows that you definitely built for this, Let's talk about like that balance, man, because it's got to be a hell of a balancing being a artist, a actor, a model, we're going to get into all that too. But let's talk about that balance, man. How are you able to make this thing work?
Honestly, man, see, you got these niggas out here going and shit, man. It's all good. But I say honestly, man, I think what got me to be able to balance it all is just being hungry.
Yeah.
Being hungry and trying to open up more opportunities for myself so I can open up more opportunities for the people that I really rock with.
Yeah.
So, you got a lot of rappers out here that maybe started from DJing or maybe started from doing movies and just crossed over, or they probably started doing music and started to cross over doing acting or modeling and like that. So I think all them things go hand in hand with hip hop, fashion, liquor, advertising your own liquor,
Yeah.
fashion and music. I feel all them 3 things are related. So I just wanted to really just grow my fan base more by just getting outside the box, what I'm saying, and just growing,
No doubt. So,
Yeah.
of course, you told me, you pretty much been living in Minnesota for about a little bit over 15 years now, right?
Yeah, a little bit over 15 years. I really stopped. I really stopped keeping count. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like I moved there when I was I went there when I was 14, and my people's on my mom's side sent me back. They didn't want me to be with my father's side. 'Cause
Okay.
It was wilding out, trapping and hustling and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I came back here for a year, and then I moved back. I ended up my mom had sent me to Chicago to be with my peoples, and I ended up finessing them to send me a ticket to Minnesota. I told them I was trying to go visit. You know what I'm saying, and then I stayed.
Yeah.
Took my Social Security card with me, and I stayed. So I know when you get the Social Security card, you 16, you can kind of
Yeah.
venture off a little bit. So I just stayed in Minnesota because I feel like I have a chance to do something with myself.
Yeah.
But Minnesota ended up turning me out too. So, you know what I'm saying? They were going crazy there too. They was like hustling more there too. It was like the thing that my mom tried to prevent me from seeing. It was more in my face in a bigger city.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, the opportunities are definitely there. It's more prevalent than a smaller city like Memphis, man. But I gotta talk
Ain't
about
nothing like Memphis though.
Of course, man. Of course.
sure.
But I gotta talk about the culture shock because Memphis and Minneapolis is way different. I'm talking about like night and day. But let's talk about like some of the culture shock that you experienced when you first got there.
Far as like elaborate when you say culture shock.
All right, so of course you know how it is. We got that Southern hospitality. You
sure.
know, down
Food,
here
barbecue.
everybody saying man, everybody
Women.
saying dog, everybody
Yeah.
saying giant. Well, exactly, cook food, all that. But when you make it to Minnesota, like it's way different. Ain't nobody talking like that.
Yeah, I'll probably say like in Minnesota, the accents probably sound proper because a lot of people in Memphis be like, man, you sound proper as hell.
Okay.
But then when I'm in Minnesota, like you sound country
Yeah,
as hell. So I
yeah.
can't win either or.
Yeah.
But so it's more like I think I'm being nice because I really could just say what I want to say, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to be fair. You know what I mean? But I say Minnesota is more of the place with this business mindset, and that's the truth. More business mindset of people.
Okay.
But you only got a certain small percentage of people who really doing business. A lot of people fucking over people. You know what I'm saying? Excuse my French.
Hey, it's there.
But, yeah, so I think Minnesota. I ain't gonna say I think. Like I know Minnesota is a place for you to develop yourself and spring on and go somewhere else. Minnesota has never been a place to make an establishment. Maybe more to get on your feet and go do other things.
Yeah.
So I talked to some gatekeepers there. I ain't gonna mention their names, but they pretty much like the setting that is where it's at. So they kind of want to keep it like backpack rap, keep it kind of safe, which I can understand.
Yeah.
But then I don't understand if we booking all these mainstream rappers at these venues out of town, but why we don't got street rappers here in Minnesota?
Hey man, something to think about. Something to think about. He
Well,
putting it on their mind.
That's something for them to think about.
Yeah.
I ain't tied down to. I'm not tied down to this city and what they do. I support who support me there first and foremost. And shout out to the people there that do support me, like DJ D Mill, Peter Parker, my homie Free God, Miss Lady Jasmine, Jazzy, my homegirl. If I ain't mention them, fuck 'em.
I hear you. Hey man, shout out to everybody out there in Minneapolis. We talking about Minnesota. Ain't that how they say Minnesota?
I ain't gonna lie though, like we talking about like the music scene. It needs some more studio time. It needs some more development. But the streets they wicked in Minneapolis. So
Yeah.
They call it Murderopolis. So they wicked out there for sure. So
I love it.
don't get it too confused.
Yeah.
I mean they do things everywhere. We all know that.
Yeah.
But Minneapolis, man, it's just a baby Chicago. So it is what it is.
No doubt. So let's go ahead and transition. You got the single out right now. We talk about good promotion featuring Young Buck. Hey man, say man, how that happen?
Man, really, man, that shit just happened. Just I've been rocking out with Buck for a little second. You know what I'm saying? He been co-signing me, and a lot of major players out there in Nashville, been rocking out with me and support me because him, like his brother Dro, big homie Crip out there, Nate out there, and Ghost and D-Tay from Cashville, which is affiliated with Young Buck.
Yeah.
A lot of people just from that circle they just been watching me prosper and just checking me out because of him. So I always wanted to work with him, but the budget probably wasn't there. Time is probably everything. So I just feel like the time was right, and I linked up with this producer named Troy on the Beats, Memphis producer, man. He dope. You go by Troy on the Beats or Troy this go crazy, but y'all know how to find him. You look for him. I was just working with him, man. I grabbed a couple of beats from him. He originally had a beat that was the song "Book Me." That beat was really meant for Big Boogie.
Okay.
But he couldn't get a hold of his peoples, and he was in the mix of trying to get the beat to him. So he passed it down to me like, "Hey, man, I think you do something with this. You make it pop," and that's what I did. And I had a couple of beats that I was just sitting on from him.
Okay.
So I was doing some manifestation. I ain't even had the bread at that time, but I was like, man, what song that might, I could probably put Buck on, and I was talking to Lil Chet manager, Curtis. I'm real cool with him, and he was like, man, I bumped into Buck, and man, I told him he was hungry. He was like, yeah, I know. So that just kind of motivated me to get some paper together, and what I'm saying, holler at him and put something together. And I asked him what he wanted. He told me a reasonable price, a couple of bands, and put it together. Shot it to him. I sent the song to him first because he wanted to see if the song was worth his time.
Okay.
And I sent it to him. He was like, man, this is crazy.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, I know you'll f with it because I could hear him on it. So once we were able to put it together, he gave me the track back. I probably want to say like the next day or something like that. And it just took some time for me to really just figure it out how I want to like go about the song and and what it would sound like to the people, how they would hear it, and and once I heard it, man, I ain't gonna lie, I'm like, I had to go get my pen game together. You know what I'm saying? I picked that I picked the pen up, then I hit a song, put the pen back down. I'm like, man, because I don't want to waste my money, and I don't want to waste a feature. I don't want to waste nobody's time. That's affiliated with the project. So I just took my time, man. I come home from work, roll up and jot a couple bars, recite it, and I go back to it the next day or the next week or the next 2 weeks or maybe the next month until I felt that I put together some real poetry, like some real work of art. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't trying to like outdo nobody or nothing like that. I just wanted to just match his energy on the song, and I think at that point I just feel like I've been doing music for 5 years.
Okay.
So I just wanted to give the people 5 years of what I worked on and let them hear my progression, my growth, and my sound. And you know what I'm saying? I want to prove my bro, I can make some good music, because he wasn't rocking with my music. So, I just feel like it was a time to just do that,
Yeah. Hey, the song is definitely available all digital streaming platforms right now.
Good promotion.
Good promotion. Hey, man, it was so dope on there how you shouted out, Gangsta Boo. Definitely rest in peace to her, man. Let's talk about, let's talk about that as well as Dolph is on the graphic, right?
Yeah. So I got with a guy who make, art cover work.
Okay.
And, stuff like that. And he would just shoot some ideas at me, he like, man, you from Memphis, and what you want to do with this, and I was like, man, I want to pay some respect because we lost two big pioneers from Memphis, man.
Definitely.
And, I was really hurt by Dolph though, man. I really was in my feelings about that one, man, for a couple of weeks, man, maybe a month, because I just felt the energy just shift. It don't matter where you at. It's like when Nipsey Hussle died, everybody could feel that energy just shift.
Right.
And, once I started, I knew a lot of good work he was doing in the community, but, like, once he passed away, I really started to see and hear about the great positive things he was doing. I'm like, damn, they really took a real king, for real, not on no music tip, but, like, the city, man, really doing for people. But what really hurted me the most, man, I kind of dropped the tail on that one, man. I was watching on Facebook, they were showing like the Memphis news. I keep up with the Memphis news,
right? And
some boy was crying like, man, me and Dolph did a song with each other, man. And there's a little boy, just like really like just tore up, and I think it hurted me to see a kid hurt,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Because I remember being a kid hurt for many different reasons, but seeing a kid, man, it seemed like that took everything from him. Yeah, like that was probably his hope and everything. So that just hurted me to see like the community like that, and then just constantly watching the news, and it got real active that night that Dolph passed away. So it was I wasn't too proud seeing that, just personally, just our own peoples and stuff like that. So
And it's crazy, man, because his passing was similar to like a large scale earthquake. You know how a large scale earthquake occurs and it's felt in different cities, different states far away, and then there's always the aftershock. So definitely got to say RIP to Young Dolph, RIP to Gangsta
sure.
Boo. Let's go ahead and change the flow of traffic just a tad bit, man. We got my guy Martino G in the building, though. What's happening, man? How you doing, man?
What we ain't doing.
Hey, man, we got plenty to talk about, man.
Yeah.
Let's dive into your story just a tad bit, man, because you from Memphis, right? You from the town,
Come on,
right?
now, East Memphis, 10 Mile Creek, Old Malley Pond. Come on, man.
Hey, we talking about down the street, man. You know what I'm saying? Around the corner, man. If you know, man. This what we doing.
Man.
Yeah, so
You gonna learn today.
let's talk about you, man. How long you been doing your thing as far as music, man?
Like I said, man, all my life, man. It's been all my life.
No doubt, man. We got to talk about like some of the musical influences. Who you were bumping back in them days, man, when you were coming up in the East?
Man, everybody, of course, Yo Gotti. You know what I'm saying? Player Fly. You feel what I'm saying? Like, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. Like Yo Gotti, he had it for me, man. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I was just on him. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, that was my guy. And Lil Wayne, you feel what I'm saying? I think everybody was a Wayne fan. You feel what I'm saying? Growing up or whatever, he had a lot of. He inspired me a whole lot, man, because his music was just so unorthodox. You feel what I'm saying? So with that being said, it was just everybody wanted to be like that.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Felt like he was a great rapper. I just wanted to be a great rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead transition. The project is out right now. We talking about My Life, Your Dream.
Your dream.
Hey, man, what singles they need to pop out with that, man?
Man, listen. You need to press play on the first one, man. My intro tell you everything about me. If you want to know, just press play. You feel me? I'm telling you from beginning to end. You feel what I'm saying? Like from this point on now. You feel what I'm saying? Like what I've been through, what I went through, what I'm going through, where I'm going to. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. It's real. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I say My Life, Your Dream. You know what I'm saying? It's a big meaning behind it. You feel what I'm saying? For a guy like me, you feel what I'm saying, to have, really never had nothing. You feel what I'm saying? But a dream. You feel what I'm saying? Me and my uncle, Slpy, you feel what I'm saying? So, and for me to be pushing like I'm pushing with not as much as I want to have, having less as I have, you know what I'm saying, but doing it more than what others do, you feel what I'm saying? Like, it's major. Yeah, we have emotion. Yeah, respect it. You feel me? Yeah. Anyhow.
Yeah, man. So, of course, you just really touching down. You know what I'm saying? You had to sit down for about 7 of them things, man. Let's talk about that whole experience, man. What kept you motivated while you was in that box?
What? Mine, redemption. Redeeming myself. You know what I'm saying? Knowing I had to get back at them. In my head, they had me fucked up.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, man, I can't go out like this. You feel what I'm saying? Like, man, we ain't go through all that for nothing. Like, this ain't gonna be the end of me, you feel me? Like, they gotta feel me, man. They gonna have to feel me, man. Man, when I say that, man, I'm so serious.
Yeah.
Serious, like, it's like, man, like, we ain't got time for games right now.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? I've been playing games too long.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? We doing away with it, but
And I love it, man, because it's like you came out with even more of a point to prove. You got to show and put it in their face every chance you get, and that's why I'm glad that Young J.I. brought you on the show, man, so you can kind of pop yours. It don't always get to happen like that, but hey, as soon as you touch down, let's talk about that first day out, man. What was that first day out?
Man,
Like?
what I say? What?
Yeah.
Man, that first day I was like, man, bro, that was like being born again. Like, man, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Whatever that feel like. You feel what I'm saying? For a 27-year-old, 26-year-old, 26 at that time.
Okay.
When I first touched down, you feel me? For a 26-year-old to be reborn again, you feel what I'm saying? To live life again, to get a second chance at life. It's the best feeling ever, bro. Like, don't take it for granted.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying, man? You think that's where you want to be, man. You think this gangster, all that. You feel what I'm saying? Everything these out here doing, they thinking what they doing gangster. It ain't gangster. I done seen gangster, and I done seen gangsters get in there and turn, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? They turn the state. Now they, you know what I'm saying? Now
Yeah.
they on the other side of the fence.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? It ain't no fun when, you know what I'm saying? When your back against the wall, it's like, bro, it really shows where you at. As a man, you feel what I'm saying? It shows where you at. It shows you who you really are. You feel what I'm saying? Ain't no hiding in there. Ain't no hiding from yourself. You feel what I'm saying? You got to look in that mirror.
Yeah.
You got to wake up and you got to look in that mirror. You got to know that in there, all you got is you.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? I had to stand on my 10 and I do it again. You feel what I'm saying? It just is what it is for me. But we want a whole lot of everything. You feel what I'm saying? We want some money. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why I'm pushing. And for my son,
Yeah.
other than that, ain't nothing with it.
Man, what's incredible, like I said, man, and I told you this off camera, man. Talking to you, first time talking to you like face to face,
Yeah.
I see the authenticity. You know what I mean? Like I could tell you somebody who stood tall, did not fold like fresh laundry. You understand me? He did his
No
7
cap.
like a champ, came out, hey, now he back for revenge. So you go ahead, man, let them know your social media too, that way they can,
Yeah,
tap
my
in with you,
Instagram,
man.
y'all catch me on. You find me at Nap2 Official. Yeah, that's 2 Official. I'm certified, like I told you. My Facebook, Martino G. That's MartinezGee. You feel me? Big G. You feel me? That
You
way.
hear me? Hey, we here. Like I say, we got my guys, man, all the way in there. Let us get back to Young JR, man, because, like I say, you done ran into a whole bunch of stars. Like I say, man, I don't know if this is, man, coincidence or you just plugged in like that, man. I done seen you with people like Cam Newton. I done seen you with people like Snoop Dogg. I done seen you with 50 Cent several times, man. What you got going on, man? You a celebrity on the low. You just ain't told me. That's what it is, man. What you got going, homie?
Man, really just chasing that energy, chasing that star power,
Yeah.
because when I was signed with I Love Music, man, this guy named Rambo who used to manage 50 Cent, used to manage Young Buck, used to manage 3 6 Mafia, Lil Flip, all over the board. Damn, what's his name? Huey that passed away. Rest in peace, Huey.
Pop, lock, and drop.
He used to rock out with him, and pretty heavy. So like, G Unit is most definitely one of my favorite. Is my favorite rap group of all time. So I figured whatever had my interest, man, just kept me going towards it, and then just linking up with Rambo before he had a stroke, because that's what I was signed to.
Okay.
He had a stroke, and we was out in L.A. for the BET All Star Weekend. I think that was in 2020 or 21, one of the two. So I just remember, man, we was out in the club for Snoop Dogg artist, I think his name Official Triggs or something like that. He had an album release or whatever. So him and Rambo and Snoop Dogg know each other personally. You know, they all from the same circle. Put it like that.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, Snoop over there. And I was like, man, shit, you link me up with him? He was like, no, go holler at him yourself. And then all of a sudden, Snoop was kind of like leaving out the door. And I was like a little ass kid chasing, hey, Snoop, hey, Snoop, hey, Snoop.
Yeah.
And I'm pushing people out the way because I really wanted to link with this dude. I felt like I had my Sony Music shirt on, the Orchard shirt on, and I just felt like I just had to do that.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, hey, Snoop, man, I just want to get a picture with this around the time Nipsey Hussle had died.
Okay.
So everything was real sensitive in L.A. You probably could have got anything could have happened. I could tell the energy was just fierce out there. So
yeah, they was active.
I was like, hey, Snoop, man, I'm trying to get a picture with you. He like, all right, look, cuz I'll be back in a second. I was nervous when because, man, the energy was different from 50. No disrespect to 50, but energy-wise was just really, really different.
Okay.
And he walked off, and, I thought he spent me. I thought he wasn't coming back. And he just came back like, hey, cuz, what that look at? And then people in the I was sitting outside the club, they just pointed at me. And he was like, come here, woo woo. And then I pulled my phone out, I was so nervous. I done dropped my phone, and Snoop Dogg just laughed and smoking a big ass backwood. My manager like, man, I got you. My manager, perfect. He had my back, and he took the picture. He like, man, you gotta make sure your art is okay, man. He seen we had the Sony Music shirts on, so he wasn't gonna turn us around. So, man, I was appreciative, man, that he kept his word and he came back only to talk to me. He didn't talk to nobody else. Took a picture with nobody else. And I just think, man, just me constantly running to these celebrities and just meeting them because I'm thinking these things and then it's happening. I just want to keep chasing it. And I just feel like, it's something that's willing me towards it. And I'm just going with it. So I figured it's like for anybody that's out there that's doing music, man, no matter you want to meet Katy Perry, NBA Youngboy, or Birdman, whoever, you want to meet those people, man, you're going to do research and you're going to follow everything they doing. Sometimes they do pop up, sometimes they don't. When they have liquor bottle signings or book cover signings, or it's best to go out and go to the club. Like I'm gonna tell all y'all a crazy story, right? Key Glock and DJ Memphis. Shout out to DJ, man. That's my dog, man.
Yeah, man.
I rock out with him hard. He been promoting my music in these Memphis clubs for over the years. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I reach out to him, we'll work.
Yeah.
But they went to Minneapolis a couple of weeks ago at the Fillmore Theater to perform.
Okay.
And I had general admission, so I just came in or whatever. I'm chilling. It's just a whole crowd full of people at the front crowd or whatever. I see DJ Memphis throwing shirts. We know me and him, we know each other personally.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, I didn't go holler at my boy. Behind my holler at him, man, I got all these people in the club. And I can't even get to them. But
Right.
if you want it, it's gonna happen. I got to,
Yeah, man.
and I just got to get through. And I'm
got
like,
to, man.
DJ Memphis. He like it's me, JR. He like, oh, what's up? He jumped off the stage and came in. He acknowledged me in front of that whole crowd of people that was sitting out there. So everybody looking like, who this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I look at the whole crowd like, yeah, I'm that. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
man. Yeah.
So that's like another example, man. When you wanna meet somebody bad, you wanna bump into them, man. If you really want to, ain't nobody stopping you, but you. Only thing they can say is yes or no.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? It's just don't never feel prideful, like, oh man, I don't want to seem like I'm thirsty or whatever, man. You don't know what that person gonna feel about you, your music, and how you was willing to get their attention. Because most artists, bigger artists, we love. I said we. So I got to be a star there.
Got to,
you know
man.
what I'm saying?
Got to.
So we love like when people show us that you hungry. Cause don't nobody want to sign you, work with you, or be bothered with you. They ain't showing that you hungry. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the main reasons, man. I put this on my baby mama. She rest in peace. You feel me? That's the main reason why I rock out with him right here, because he's hungry. You can't buy that.
Yeah.
There's no price tag on that.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So I always tell him, like, you know what I'm saying? The money gonna come, because you a hustler. You gonna get it. But keep doing you and keep chasing what you want. Like for him to get out and do a project within like a couple weeks, 4 days. This guy had a feature with D Moolah from Inner. Shout out to D Moolah. Them two, they rock out real tight.
Yeah.
Then he had a feature from Moochie with Paper Route with
Yeah.
Dolph. Rest in peace, Dolph.
Yeah.
To put that on the mixtape and everything mixed and mastered, it sound clear. Ain't no. It's nothing you could say about that project. Like what he said from beginning to end, I played it to beginning to end.
Yeah.
You feel me? I'm smoking weed, and I don't like this for other people's music, but mine. 'Cause I be feel like I'm that. You know what I'm
feel you.
saying?
I feel
When
you.
I'm smoking, hitting the weed, listening to his music, I'm
Yeah.
like, man, this star,
Yeah.
he got it. You feel me? So it's just all about just being hungry. You know what I'm saying? The bag gonna always come later, because I wasn't always in position. Like when I started doing music, I had way more money than I have now. And I went homeless and I went broke. It wasn't nobody business. Now I could talk about it because I got over that hump.
Yeah.
But I stayed hungry and I stayed consistent. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't get this from that person, and people, like with the song with like Jenny say, they teasing me with them 23. I went from driving to walking, and I didn't let it. It did bother me a lot. It fucked me a lot, because when I'm going to work, everybody in the club and the rooftops kicking it. I'm looking like, damn, I want to be with them, seeing these nice women. I'm like, man, but you know what? I had to keep working.
Yeah.
I had to get myself where I need to be at. And now I'm at that point where I can pop my shit and say that, I'm where I'm trying to be. It's still a long ways to go. But only way you get there is just the ambition and the hunger. It ain't the money. It's the hunger, bro. You
I
feel me?
promise it's definitely that hunger, man. And what's crazy, man, your hunger is even more intense than the average artist, because like I mentioned in the introduction, you model, you act, like you into all other things. Let's dive into
you giving
them,
them
man.
a good one with this, man.
Yeah. Let's dive into all of that, man.
Man, like what you like when you talk, you gotta be specific. Like what you want to know about.
So
it.
let's talk about modeling, man. Like, how did you get into that?
Okay, I think like the modeling thing, like what made me get into that a lot was I think what really made me get into that lane, bro, was just the attention that I got back from it, the response that I got back from it. Some of it was the laughs, but most of it was a lot of attention from the ladies.
Yeah.
And I think I wanted to try to like gain they fan base, their attention, because most of the music that I was putting out was just straight hardcore.
Yeah.
So I started putting some music out for the women. I think I put like one song out called Hard Ways, a Valentine's Day track that I put out. But just more to trying to even the playing field, man. So I most definitely feel like modeling goes with hip hop, because all rappers have modeled from 50 Cent to everybody.
Yeah.
Dirk, all of them are in the fashion. They're doing the modeling and
Right.
shit like that. So it's just certain levels of modeling. You know what I'm saying? So I want to do the modeling that gives me the good look. Nothing that I'm compromising my value for. You
I
know?
feel you, man.
Yeah.
But hey, everything I saw from you as far as modeling wise,
Yeah.
man, it was always
Yeah.
with the ladies. It was on the up and up. It was
Yeah.
one of them where you was in the tub, like how Tupac had it with
Yeah,
the
yeah,
girls
yeah, yeah,
all
yeah,
over.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Let's
I liked
talk
it
about
that.
that,
I liked
man.
it that. So man, I ain't gonna lie, man. One time I was just chilling, man. I was listening to Me Against the World, cause I be having two phones. You know,
Yeah.
one phone I be looking on, the other phone I have headphones, listen to my music, so I
Okay.
can zone out and just chit chat with people. Whether he takes me, my brother takes me, I can chit chat and be in a good mood.
Yeah.
Cause just not listen to music, I'm just pissed off by the world. So
Yeah.
that's how I stay in my mood. I can just talk to people and shit. And I'm listening to Tupac, and then I'm looking at the I'm looking at, a lot of his photos and shit and just going through his shit. And then I link with a photographer, named David, he was cool at first, man, but he ended up being a creep, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So
Creeps.
you know,
Creeps.
he ended up being a creep. He the punk know what he did. You know what I'm saying? He ended up being a creep, with the women and stuff like that. So I kind of just departed from that after we worked.
Yeah.
But what we did, I couldn't erase that. So, I told him I wanted to do something like, what Tupac did. So I sent him a picture, you know what I'm saying? He was able to help me create, you know what I'm saying, what I wanted to do, and he came up with some great ideas. So I will never discredit somebody for their ideas.
Yeah.
Just personal wise with other people, I don't want to be affiliated with that. So, we came up with that and to try to just, remake the Tupac scene, the Coming Clean scene. And, Tupac is one of my biggest inspirations, but when it came to that photo shoot, I outdid him on that.
Definitely.
Guaranteed.
Hey, definitely, man. It's up there. Like I say, it's stuck there. Let's go ahead and talk about, man, because one of the songs I rock with, man, is that Trap Back. You know,
yeah.
Hey,
Oh, you like that, huh?
Shawty got her own bag. You understand me? Let's talk about it,
research,
man.
bro.
Let's talk about it.
So Trap Back was one of the 3 songs that I did on my EP, Forbidden Fruit.
Okay.
And that's what I did with Rambo. That's that was with Sony Music, The Orchard. So when I dropped that EP, my hopes was really to blow, really to go big, because I was with somebody that could have put me in a room with Birdman, that know Birdman, like that know 50 Cent, that know Young Buck and Webby and stuff like that. So Rambo was the reason why I was able to work with Webby. Webby co-signed me a couple times.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. It's just a lot, bro. It's a lot.
What about this song Die Young, man? Because you was actually out there in Minnesota when the whole George Floyd situation happened, man.
Okay, let me backtrack before we go to Die Young. You were talking about the Trap Back.
Yeah.
So like I say, the trap, because it came over my head. So
Okay.
the Trap Back, was basically me trying to experience a club song, but something more related to the women.
Okay.
Something to kind of motivate the women more, So I think that was about. I most definitely feel like that wasn't my best body of work, but I was experimenting.
Okay.
So that was answer that question. So as far as the Die Young, what would you like to know about that track, Die Young?
All right, so let's go ahead. Like I say, because it was a whole worldwide news happening that happened.
Yeah.
Everybody felt it, man. It was so many protests and pretty much it was some rioting going on here in Memphis too. But you was right there. We talking about on the turf, and it inspired you to make that song, correct?
Yeah, so true.
Okay.
True. So at that time, when George Floyd had passed away, may he rest in peace, I think it was a real tough time. I have personally seen a lot of things in my life, especially living here in Memphis and just in life itself. Mm-hmm. But what I seen there was probably the top of the high.
Yeah.
Just when he passed away, a lot of buildings was getting burned. KFC's, Taco Bell, they was burning Walmarts, the whole
Target.
I don't want to say like the
Everything.
whole city, but saying the whole city was just rushing Target, rushing Walmart, stealing everything. People were stealing ATMs, breaking into pawn shops, stealing almost $1 million worth of jewelry. They was taking whole ATM. They took the whole ATM.
That's crazy.
They was taking the money out the ATM. Like it felt like that city was really burning in real life.
Yeah.
And at that in particular time, I was going through my trials and tribulations, and I was homeless, you know what I'm saying? I ain't really had nowhere to go. The hustling thing was really going for the worst for me because the prices were so high on everything and nobody could stay consistent. So, I went through a whole lot, and at that time I was staying in a hotel, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like my best music came when I was living in a hotel, cause I could do nothing but be real with myself in my music and be honest with myself. So I think that Young was just based on what was going on around me, my circumstances, and how I was living, and that was my truth, and I wasn't hiding. I was an open book.
Yeah.
Not let everybody know in my business, but if you follow my music and follow me, then you can watch, you can pay attention and see. So I actually shot that video in the hotel that I was living in.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? At that time, I ain't living in a hotel no more. So you know what I'm saying? It's just what I was just going through at that time, and I was always taught, just watching, the music in general. Your best music come when you going through things, when you write about it. You're going through losses or whatever. So I figured like Die Young was just, it was like the most substance that I can put into a song that I probably ever would make. But it'd probably be my most underrated song, and I bought that beat from a producer, engineer named Ghost, by the way, out there in Nashville, Tennessee. Shout out to Ghost, man. He's a monster. And the person that's singing on the hook of Die Young is Ghost. So Ghost is an artist too.
Okay.
So, we just did that track and just created it. I didn't know what it was gonna be like for the people. That was just my moment of truth, and I wanted to share with the people, like, hey, we always like to glorify, the streets and, the women and the 24s and the rocking it up and breaking it down, but ain't nobody talking about the back end of it when you buy something and lock it up, it don't come back.
Yeah.
Or baby mama take everything you got, force your name off the lease, all types of stuff that I was going through. You know what I'm saying? And that was just my reality, bro. So I don't think there's nobody out there that's perfect. I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
So I think that's how I understand people more, because I had to go through that. So I'm just one of them individuals, man. I never laugh at nobody in that situation, because I've been through that, so I can understand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right, man. It's about time for you to let the people know all your social media, that way they can tap in with you on a day-to-day basis. What is it?
Yo. So y'all can follow me, official Young JR, Instagram, Facebook, Young JR, YouTube, Young JR. But to find me better on YouTube, the real Young JR, official Young JR on YouTube, TikTok, official Young JR, 1-on-1 and everything, just Young JR.
Hey, it is what it is. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with my guy. We got Young JR in the building. Like I say, he made the trek all the way from Minnesota to the M, his hometown. We doing it up. We got my guy Martino G.
Yeah, I'm about to say,
in the
leave my homie
building,
out.
man. Nah, I can't do that.
10-mile affiliate, man. Rest in peace to my uncle Slpy, man. Free no members, Quasi Crash, Twiggy blowing some more.
Hey, that's how it is, man. I got to say thank you, brothers, for being the guests on the show, man.
For
It
sure,
means a
for
lot.
sure.
Now back to more Brink TV.